Hello, friends, and welcome to Wonderland. My name is Alyson, the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland, and in today's video, I finally have for you a Let's Get Stoned episode. And like all of the other Let's Get Stoned episodes, I am starting it out the same exact way. It's been a while since I've done the meditation or the initial meditation with Celestite. So if you are new to the Let's Get Stoned videos, how this works is I meditate with a crystal, see if I get any intuitive hits or information about the crystal properties. Then I go and do research and come back and compare notes. How this has been working out so far, and I think I've finally figured out why, there's so much time between the initial meditation and the time that I'm confirming the research versus the meditation or intuitive hits, is because I think the timing is very significant for how I'm meant to work with the crystal. And in today's case with Celestite, it seems to be a crystal that wants to help with eclipse energy, because at the time that I meditated with it was back in 2023 at the end of eclipse season. And then now I am here finally filming this in 2024 for the spring eclipses. So let's check out and see what past priestess of Wonderland has to say about Celestite. So let's get stoned with Celestite. Wow. So I feel like I don't have that much information. So, I mean, I already mentioned before the meditation, I kind of went into it just feeling like I'm not able to focus, and didn't even realize that that was because I was just had all these thoughts running through my brain about a situation going on in my life, and overthinking and having feelings of anger and frustration or disappointment or really negative feelings. And it feels like it just washed everything away. Even I would even say transmuted negative emotions to love. So this was really interesting to come up in meditation, because there are two separate instances from Judy Hall's Crystal Bible and also by Judy Hall, her 101 power crystals, about Celestite specifically bringing about peace, which is really interesting that to pick up in meditation of a transmutation from negative to positive, or just negative energy to love, which I just thought was really interesting, because Judy Hall says it takes you into the infinite peace of the spiritual and contacts the angelic realms. And in another instance, she also says that Celestite energetically infuses cell memory with a higher vibration, switching on positive genetic potential and dissolving dis-ease carried in the genes or cellular memory to restore order within the cell. So she's talking about on a cellular level here, but then I'm also picking up in the meditation and energetic shift from negative to positive, and was kind of getting the messages, especially towards the end, of most of the things that we are worried about in the 3D world don't matter. They will work themselves out. What matters is that you are okay, and that you're doing everything that you can to make yourself feel okay. Especially because if you're approaching a problem with worry and anxiety, going to put that energy into the solution that you're looking for. So if you approach a problem with interest and intrigue or love, then the answer is always it doesn't matter. So that you are approaching life with Love, positive emotions. So I honestly think that like that was a channeled message, maybe from angelic spirits, because I've already mentioned from Judy Hall's book, The Crystal Bible, Celestite helps you connect to the angelic realms. So I think the message, and I'm going to read it again, transmuted negative emotions to love. 3D worry doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is that you are okay. Do everything you can to make sure that you're okay so that you are approaching life with love. And then I just wrote positive emotion. So it's like changing positive to or negative to positive again. Angels love you unconditionally. And this is like the manner that they speak to you with like kind and gentle words. Like, as long as you're okay and that you're approaching things with love, then nothing else matters. Like, this is a very angelic message to come through. So I think that this was just Celestite connected me to the angelic realms with that particular message for me or for whoever is meant to hear it. So I would even say that like it probably eases anxiety as well. So although I couldn't really find anything specifically about anxiety, like specifically, the only thing I came across is that Celestite can help cool, fiery emotions. And I think that's a really easy one to kind of remember because it looks like blue ice because it's so transparent and it just has this very cool like ice feeling to it. So I could, even though I didn't see anybody say specifically eases anxiety, I mean, cooling fiery emotions could probably ease anxiety. I was feeling a lot of sensations too. Like I was just feeling like tingly, like all over my head. Almost like I had like this crown around my head, but then I was also feeling like just kind of like random tingles. And then I started like seeing things. Actually, when I first closed my eyes, like, when you close your eyes, like you can see the light, and I have a bright light shining on me. So, like, you can see the light, and it kind of like the first thing, like when I closed my eyes, it kind of started to like morph and stuff, like move around. But then it kind of stopped because like when I first went into the meditation, I was like, thinking about things. I was like, my mind was going. So that kind of stopped. But then maybe about like halfway through, it was as if someone was like I could see the light that's shining on me. Yeah, so it was different. So when I wave my hand in front of my face, like I see the shadow, like I can see the shadow of my hand crossing my face, but this was the opposite. It was like a brighter light crossing my face, and it felt like someone was like with a light, like with a flashlight, or like an angelic hand was like cleaning my third eye. And it was probably like 20 or 30 times that this like kept going and kept going, and I kept seeing this light cross my eyes. So it felt like someone was like cleansing my third eye for me. Okay, so a couple things about this segment. I think whenever you're trying to connect to spirit, crystals, energy, I think you're naturally going to feel sensations around your head because you're opening your third eye and you're also opening your crown chakra. So I think it's just natural to like feel tinglies and physical sensations. And I think personally for me, I'm kind of learning how to decipher exactly like what that means. But I do think it kind of can be kind of different for everybody. And then secondly, like the visual sensations, specifically Judy Hall says that Celestite can enhance clairvoyant communication. So if you're not somebody like clairvoyancy is not one of my main psychic gifts. I'm mostly like clairsentient, the way I feel, and claircognizant. I just kind of like know things and they don't necessarily come with a visual or anything that's auditory. So clairvoyance does not come naturally to me. And it seems like Judy Hall says, and from what I've experienced in meditation, it can enhance clairvoyance. The like physical sensation of it was really interesting because if you've seen my videos before, I like to envision that I am actually like either the crystal's big enough for me to be inside of it, or I'm small enough to be inside the crystal. Um, and I just envision, like, what does it feel like? Like, what do the walls look like? What does the ceiling look like? And this was just more of like a floaty experience. Like, there was no, like, normally it's like I have to figure out how to get into the crystal, like how to get through that wall. But this was just like you're already there, like you're already floating around in it. So it just felt very, very floaty. I don't know. So there's a couple of things that this kind of confirms for me, and mostly just the instant connection or communication. And we'll get into the chakras in a moment, but this is a crystal that's going to help you specifically connect to angels specifically, but also just to spirit in general, whatever that is for you, whether that's God, source, whether it's communicating with your ancestors or your spirit guides. I mean, the number one connection is angelic connection, but this is like about connection. This is about whatever that is for you, whether discovering what your psychic gifts is, discovering how spirit communicates with you, and how it makes that connection. So I really just like don't have that much information. I mean, of course, like the head tingles and everything, and the third eye cleansing makes me think that it helps you connect to your third eye, and probably your crown chakra too. Just because it literally felt like I was wearing a crown. Like I felt like pressure around my head, and then I could see the light cleansing. Oh, and my eye, I was crying. Like there was this release or cleanse. Oh, and also like immediately, like first thing, I felt like my sinuses draining. Like I felt like I literally just felt like everything was like being released from my body. I do think it's like it's if you're watching, I'm filming this as we're transitioning into fall. Actually, the first day of fall was yesterday. So, there's like leaf mold, and like I do have a little bit of an allergy situation going on, but it just felt like it like all drained from my sinuses. So, I'm kind of curious if like your sinuses are connected to your third eye somehow. And normally I don't really talk about the research of like physically healing things, just because I don't understand like where they get that information from. And especially as a crystal healer, I'm working on the energetic body, not the physical body. And the benefits to healing yourself energetically is that it in turn will have an effect on your physical body. But I guess I'm just not there on my crystal healing path of like physically healing things, other than like lepidolite is good for like pain relieving, and I've actually like experienced that sensation. But I also think that like nerves and pain are very connected to energy. But I do want to mention and clarify that according to Judy Hall, Celestite has a specific effect on the eyes and the ears. And she also says that it can relax muscle tension and heal throat conditions. So I thought it was really interesting that I had that clearing of the sinuses things, and I still stand by the theory that the third eye and the sinuses are all connected in some shape or form. So I'm really kind of surprised by the physical sensations, just because if we go just by the chakra color alone, this is obviously just like a third eye, crown chakra, upper chakra kind of stone. So I'm kind of surprised that I had so many physical sensations, especially because I also felt very floaty at the same time. It was kind of like grounding, but also crown chakra connected at the same time. Okay, I kind of have a lot to say about that convoluted conclusion to my meditation with Celestite. Not at all surprised of the physical sensations. I don't think it has a root chakra connection. I did not find any root chakra connection in research, but looking back on it, I'm like, duh, of course you had physical sensations, because if this is a stone that is connecting you to your higher self, to the angelic realms, to spirit, I'm clairsentient. That is how I experience spirit. I feel all of the things, all of the things, all of the spookies that are floating around through the world. I feel that all the time. I feel my neighbor's frustration while he's working on his car, even though he's all the way across the street. I feel the sadness and the horrifying things that are going on around the world. So, of course, if I am connecting to spirit, I'm going to have physical sensations because I am clear sentient. So secondly, to confirm like the chakra information, Judy Hall says that it is throat chakra. So this is where the communication comes in. Third eye, crown, and soul star, which is above your crown. So just to wrap everything up, if you are looking to connect to spirit, your angels, or your guides, Celestite is a stone for you. It will give you direct access, according to Sage Goddess, to the angelic realms and the Akashic records. No matter where you are on your journey, your angels are with you, providing you love, healing, and support. So Judy Hall also says that Celestite promotes the purity of heart, and it can help heal your aura, trust in the divine, and dissolve pain and bring in love. It has a very celestial and heavenly feeling to it. That's probably where it got its name, Celestite, and it ensures that there is light in the darkness, and specifically the darkness of winter. So it would be a good stone to work with for seasonal depression. So that is all the information I have about Celestite. I've gone on a really beautiful journey. Beautiful and wonderful and like magical is a really wonderful way to describe working with Celestite. So if this is something that you are maybe interested in and looking to connect to spirit or your guides, then Celestite is a stone that I would certainly look into. Definitely, it is very gentle. It's very low on the most hardness scale. So make sure you're not accidentally leaving it in your pockets or your bra and then it falls on the floor, because it will dent and it will crack. And Celestite for sure has deepened my connection and understanding of my own personal psychic gifts and my own personal guides. And that is something that I'm always working on, trying to maintain that connection and strengthen that connection and gain clarity with that connection. And that is certainly something that I've found with working with Celestite. So thanks for getting stoned with me. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon. We'll see you then. Bye. Thanks, Gizmo. Whoa. It feels weird on my third eye. Gizmo, let's get stoned.